How do you make these numbers up?
I look at averages for dice distribution. I'll tell you how I came up with this idea. Actually, it's a funny story. So I'm a fitness trainer by trade. That's what I do. I train people, and I played a game with a friend of mine who knew I was a fitness trainer, a very good friend. And he said, "You know, you're a fitness trainer. How much do you think a barbarian with a strength score of 16 can bench press?" And then I said, well, it depends. Is he trying to exhaust himself, or is he doing it at full capacity, or he is doing it just in a steady state basis? And he looked at me and said, what's the difference? And I looked at him like he fell for, and we both look at each other like the other came from outer space. Because in terms of D&D, there is no whatever differentiating between, are you really trying to, do it in max and then you're tired, which is a thing. I mean, anyone who walked out and reached momentary muscle failure knows it. And there is a difference between doing something like over and over again. Nobody gets exhausted by walking, almost. So,
exactly, yes.
And he looked at me funny because in the rules, there's nothing about it. And then I took a metrics of what the average person can achieve physically on a steady state activity, and what he can achieve on the under exertion. I found that the call for a for a 3d6 is very good for that. And then I found that if a dice downgrade, that's sort of not exactly, but I mean, I had charts from like mostly more like fitness training related material about how people just the output less force when they are exhausted. And I saw that if a dice downgrades, which I already had the idea of, dice downgrades, it sort of matches it. And then to figure out how much a mental pool can do, I compared it to how much a person can lift more if they are focusing on it. And how much they can fence. And then I did like focus related tests. So, by the way, if a person can if an average person decides to focus on something, he can lift twice, potentially like 40% if he has a good technique.
Blimey.
So that's how I came up with the numbers, and I decided, well, just upgrade that and get better numbers, and you're going to quote unquote level up. So that's how the mathematics of this, because you take something really complicated, which is being tired and, applying, acting in the world, which means applying your faculties. And you take something kind of complicated like that, and you factor in the variance and the distribution curve and getting tired and stuff like that, and you come up with these numbers. So a 12, it's a 12 because most people won't be able to do it without really trying.
It's her specialist subject.
No, it's her specialty, so she might get an advantage. And also, she's not an average person. She has, like, if you take up all the points for an average person, you get 15 points in all of the stats. And she has, with the upgrade, she has 20. So she's 33% more capable than the average person.
Okay. I'd say she'd be at least 40%, judging by what you're saying, as you concentrate.
No, it's from 15 to 20. Oh, no, the concentration on lifting is just what the average human being
It's better than average, so she might get 50% more. So from 12, she only needs 6.
Well, it depends how she moves her points, but because, the full amount you can get from your mental pool is 4, and the most you can get for all of your dice is 18. It's 8, and the most you can get for all of your body pool is 18. Let's say you got the max. You got 18 on your body pool, and then you added 8 more for your mental dice. That's 24. Excuse me. No, that's 26.
But then they get downgraded, don't they? As well.
Yeah, they get
D4s, haven't I? I think you said.
You had 3 D4s, including your ice powers. You have 3 D4, and you have one dice on your ice powers.
3 D4. So 3 D4 will only give me 12. If I use my mental powers, then
but you can use. But nobody said you can't use your body dice in order to, just serve better. Because people don't know this. Acting and being a musician is a very physically demanding task. It's, I have even a book. What was that book? It's in the other room. a book saying exercise for musicians and dancers. Now, dancers being athletes, it's kind of obvious. They use their body, but musicians being athletes is also true because they use their body in order to express what's on their mind. And they use their body very, intensely.
Well, I'm in a band of fat punk rockers, and yeah, we're definitely not fit.
Well, you don't have to be fit, but I'm saying it exhausting. Everybody can think of what's his name, Pavarotti, who wasn't exactly fit himself. But you ask an opera singer, are you physically exhausted after a performance? Or you ask any musician and they say yes. We're all exhausted after a performance, mentally and physically.
Okay.
But especially physically.